And today I want to talk about a thing it's pretty triggering for me. It's pretty triggering for me. Maybe it'll be triggering for you too. It's about family. I want to talk about the mask. I want to talk about the mask that we keep in our families and that we hand down from generation to generation. Hi, my name is Arlene. I'm a performing singer-songwriter, and a while back I found out that I am autistic and that I have ADHD. And I'm here in my studio trying to figure out what all of that means, what it means to be a high-masking, very high-masking person. I just turned 60, and I only got assessed about 18 months ago, so it's still new to me, but I've been researching it up because that's what I do. Yeah. So I have two roles in my family. One is I am the hero. Yep. I come to the rescue. I am highly competent. I am very able. I am amazing. And I am a weirdo. I am so weird. Why am I like that? Why am I doing that weird thing? Why am I interested in that thing? Why am I focused on that thing? Why am I behaving that way? I'm the hero and the weirdo. Those are my roles in my family. So today I'm going to try to combine those two roles. Because, let's see, well, the Venn diagram, hero, weirdo, where they overlaps, that's my autism and my ADHD, right? My hero is that's me being stimulated by adrenaline and leaping into action and being highly competent. That's it, my ADHD. Yeah, that's me. That's happening right there. And also my autism, because I've researched something and I've looked into it and I've focused on it and I'm working really hard on it. Yeah, but my mask, it's also my mask. It's the thing that brought me to burnout. It brought me to burnout my whole life. I don't know how many times I've been in burnout. I should chart it. I really should chart it. Yeah, well, that's how I ended up getting assessed in the first place, is because I had another burnout. And this burnout, the last burnout, I thought,
man, what is the point? What is the point of even living? That this keeps happening. What is this?
Right, that's the mask. That's the mask. Okay, the mask comes from ableism. Ableism, the thing that we do inside that wants to deny that there's any need for accommodation. Ableism that says that I should be able to do something and that I shouldn't feel that way, or that you should be able to do that, or you shouldn't feel that way. When I was a kid, my autistic behaviors were annoying. They were annoying, and they needed to get punished, right? I spent a lot of my time in trouble, a lot of my time in my room thinking about what I did, or I spent a lot of time in what turns out to be my very own ABA therapy, called the strap, called the paddle, called the smack, called the shame, called the you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I never thought I was a bad kid. I don't know, some of my reactions, some of my interests, some of my natural inclinations were just a problem. Yeah, they just were. Turn into a teenager. Those burnouts as a teenager, they look like depression. They look like being morose. They look like checking out. They look like not being engaged in school. They look like not wanting to hang out with family. They look like being a broody person, never being happy. No way to make Arlene happy. Yeah, well, I was burnt out, but my point is, really, I'm triggered. the thing that we do in family. Of course, we want to bring out the best in each other. But if we're in denial about our own neurodivergence, which is an inheritable thing, then we'll maybe be in denial about our children's neurodivergence. I'm lucky. I've got a marvelous neurodivergent kid. He's 23. I made a promise to that zygote 23 years ago that he or she could be whoever he or she was going to become, and that I would support them 100% all the time. And I strive to do that every day. It feels right. And we do that. I mean, everybody does that in different ways. But sometimes the way that looks, we think that is with punishment, that we need to punish certain behaviors, that we need to correct them, that somebody is responding in that way because they're spoiled, that they're not making eye contact and being very thankful and is because they're spoiled, not that they're overwhelmed or that they're shy and they've got to work out, they've got to come out of that shyness, they've got to come out of their shell. Not that they've got a little bit of mutism going on. That we choose to decide that those behaviors are problems that need to be solved. Not that it's data that needs to be processed and understood of what that means, what these people need, what these little people need. They have a need. When they're kids, maybe it's easier. You just pick them up and move them to where you want them to go. But when they become preteens, that's when it's really tricky, isn't it? When they want time alone. When they want to be on their phones all the time. I want to be on my phone all the time looking at stupid social media. It's designed that way. It's designed to keep me engaged. Of course, it's going to keep a young mind engaged. I was introduced to social media. It was born when I was a fully fledged adult. This generation behind us were born into social media. Their lives have been documented on social media. And what it does, what it gives them is dopamine. For the unrecognized ADHD brain, for the girl who's stuck inside her head, or the boy who's stuck inside his head and can't social media is dopamine. It's communication, it's community. It might not be the best community. It might not be the best socialization. It might not be the best messaging. But we would rather, in some families, we would rather treat those behaviors as problems to be solved, to be punished. I'd really rather that wasn't happening. I'd really rather that as adults we could see who we are, that we would be curious enough to know what's going on in our own brains. And if there's someone in our family who has actually been assessed by medical professionals, if that assessment has happened that they are neurodivergent at anywhere in your family, you got a cousin, you got a kid, you got a grandparent, then take a look. It's time to take a look because it's inheritable. It's our brains. We are born with them. We are born with our beautiful brains and everything that it has to provide and teach us. To treat it like a problem is to treat us like a problem, is to treat ourselves like a problem. To treat it like there's something wrong with our brains is to treat it like there's something wrong with us. It's a terrible feeling. What is the point of feeling so horrible about ourselves? It's an awful feeling. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. Families. handing the mask down from generation to generation. The mask of how everything is fine and we're perfectly normal, and that this member of our family who is not coming across as normal, we'll get them in line. That's a problem. I wish we would stop doing that. I'm thinking of one person in particular in my family. Do you have anyone in your family who needs help, who needs a compassionate assessment and some accommodations to help them get through their day, help them get through school? Let's help where we can, right? I want to help where I can. So thank you very much for coming by. I really appreciate it. You take care of yourself, and you take care of that young person too. I'm going to take care of myself and my young people too. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much. I'm taking the risk of being a weirdo, while right now I'm trying to be a hero at the same time.